What's up, Wikimaniacs? On today's episode, we have an OP who breaks up with her boyfriend without discussing it, an OP who thinks the grass is greener on the other side, a husband wants a paternity test, a wife attacks her husband's hairline, and we have a nanny who causes a breakup along with some updates. For the Patreon exclusive stories, we have a lost coat that costs more than expected, and a husband wants to visit his parents. If those sound interesting to you and you want day early and ad-free episodes, head on over to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy.
I'm not reading.
Get therapy.
What's up, Wikimaniacs? It's your boy Josh here, hosting Am I the Asshole Friday. I've, of course, got my two co-hosts, Sean and John.
Hey, wait. No one gives a fuck. No one
Move
cares
on.
Josh, get to the guest right now
I have
because
to,
we
I
don't
legally
matter.
have to introduce you, and then
The Browns allow it for this time, okay?
Whoa.
You're good to go, my guy.
Don't give me white women
The
privilege.
Browns give you permission.
Straight away, wow. straight in with the
Joining
race
us.
Okay.
joining us today is a very special guest. She is the master of the online dating space and helps women across the world navigate dating apps and the men on them. Author of the amazing book, Tinder Translator, an A to Z Modern Misogyny, and host of the Manosphere Debunked podcast. Please welcome Aileen Barratt.
Oh my God. That was like that was so great. Like, you're making me sound amazing. Like, manage your expectations.
you are.
Oh, that was also. Did you plan that? Because that was literally in unison. That was amazing. Yeah.
No, we didn't.
It's, we're just in sync
We
all
don't
the
plan
time.
anything here, actually.
We don't. if there's one thing you should know about us, we never plan anything.
I love that. It's great. Just tell your listeners to manage their expectations. But yeah, sure. I'm that. No, I am that amazing. I'm 100% that bitch.
Hell yeah.
Own that shit, Aileen.
Yeah, but
Hell yeah.
and also you said my name right. You've all said my name right this whole time, and I didn't have to tell you how to say it.
Is there different ways?
People just call me Aileen. They just think it's Aileen. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, interesting. That's not what I would have assumed. But to be fair, we pronounce many other names incorrectly on the show.
and spelled,
So.
also, a shout out to the Irish spellings of names, Sean.
That's what I'm saying. It's the best and accurate way to spell things. True.
Yeah.
Sean, the most Irish guy I know.
Yeah, super. You never know. You
Boy.
never know.
What was
God.
that?
Did they? Okay, I'll stop.
Were you going to try and do it?
Okay, calm down there.
That was an attempt, and then I immediately jumped ship. I immediately bailed.
It was kind of pirate.
You better chill there, Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Yeah, pirate. It could be an Irish pirate. You never know.
I'm sure there were lots of them, to be fair. We got around. We do get around the Irish. So.
You did. That's how I ended up here. That's-
Hey. So just apologies to everyone listening around the world for Britain. Yeah, there you go. Just get out of the way. England, actually, to be fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got some awesome Am I the Asshole stories here for you. I hope you are excited to jump in and call some people
I
assholes
am.
today.
Imagine. Yes, I am.
Before the episode, she came on and was like, "I have a darker prediction than John usually on most of these episodes, so I'm excited
Yeah,
to
I'm
see
super
that."
Wild.
cynical.
I love this.
Anytime anyone words it like they're not the arsehole, I'm like, you're definitely.
Like, these two guys are here are too
Human.
hopeful, and I'm like, you need to be more cynic, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got the first one here, cross-posted by Fox with a Poppy, an OG. And the title for this one is, Am I in the Wrong for Breaking Up with My Boyfriend Without Discussing It? And we'll let you go first, Aileen.
Aileen can
I
go
said
You
it
just
wrong.
did it. Oh, no, it's my
You've
fault.
mixed me up. I was like,
Fuck.
shit. Aileen, I got it.
I used to do this thing. I used to say it's like Aileen with an A, and then everyone just called me Aileen. So now I say it's like Aileen, which you can't see if you're listening, but I've got a whole
Lee.
kinesthetic learning, guys, for the win. Without what was the wording? Without
Without
saying
discussing it.
anything. Without
Yeah.
discussing it. Maybe I'm not as cynical as I think. I don't know, because it just depends on because if someone's abusive, then you just need to get out, don't you? You can't.
that's fair.
You can't discuss it with them.
Yeah.
But then if you just I had a friend who came home and all of her partner's stuff was gone.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's obviously asshole behavior. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not great.
No.
It was a whole thing. So, yes, you are the asshole.
Okay. Now,
Um,
John, where are you going with this one?
Are we still tied, by the way, Josh?
We are.
You are. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Wait,
So 0-0.
repeat it for me real quick.
Am I in the wrong for breaking up with my boyfriend without discussing it?
All right. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna say not the asshole for this one, just because. And I've seen this comment on YouTube that we tend to lean more towards shitty men. But until proven otherwise, that there's a bunch of shitty men in these stories, I think this breakup is well deserved. And she probably just got the fuck out of there and be like, you know what? I don't want to be with this bitch ass anymore. So my gut tells me not to.
This is what I was trying
one.
not to do. This is male privilege right here, because I get abused for being a misandrist when I say shit like that. But I love it. Please say more of it.
So do
This is
we.
what we need.
But
Yes.
we just
Yeah.
don't care.
Neither do I. Literally, it's my whole life.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck about those people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put a misandrist comment on my book sleeve. So
Hell yes. I love that.
Nice.
yeah. hmm
All right, Sean, where are you leaning? Where are you leaning?
Well, first and
Woohoo!
leaning. You know what I'm saying?
Hey!
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll say, I'm 50-50 on this issue because, like Aileen said, it could go either way. So just for the sake of unity, whatever the fuck John said.
Browns,
Because I want you punished, Josh. I want you punished, brother.
So
Fair.
bad.
This is getting out of hand now.
This is, yeah.
It'll
You
stay
guys are
that
stopping
way.
to have opinions. Yeah.
All right, let's hop into it and see who is
This is what
correct.
y'all forced us into. This savage
we are
game
just taking
of one-upmanship.
the power back. Okay?
Yeah, I'm going to have to change the game.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, so I, 26 female, got my dog, Kara, 4 years ago. My neighbor at my old building was giving her away because he couldn't take care of her anymore, and in brackets, he's 84. I took a chance, and now she is my best friend and fur child. I started dating Colin, 29 male, 2 months ago, and it's been going pretty great. We have
2
similar-
months ago. Feel free to leave
yeah,
whenever. 2 months.
Yeah,
Who
Money
cares?
back guarantee.
Who cares?
That's not a boyfriend. That's not even an
Yeah.
ex. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
Dog
Until
over
just-
Connor all day.
All day.
It's
Also,
Colin.
as soon as I heard he was called Colin.
Oh, Colin.
Colin.
Yeah.
Colin's out here just taking strays right now.
Speaking of
Colin
Irish.
Robinson.
We have similar tastes in things. He is nice, funny, etc. When I told him about Kara, he said he loves animals. Colin's been at my house every week and has always been nice, but not super comfortable with her. He'd make comments like, wow, she's a shredder, or she's got a big bark, but then he'd pet her and smile. He asked for her to not to be in our bed when he was there, and I thought that was a reasonable ask. Last week, Kara jumped on the couch to cuddle and got fur on his clothes. He flipped out and told me he couldn't do this, and if I wanted a future with him, it couldn't include her. I got a box, packed up everything he
That's
had
a
up,
lot of demands for 2 months, my guy.
and calmly told him to close the gate on his way out. He started yelling that I am immature for not even discussing it, and I told him, 1, I will never pick anyone over my dog, and 2, I don't do ultimatums.
Yeah,
told-
fuck him.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
so immature for not discussing the ultimatum that I laid out.
you just said.
What the fuck? What are you saying?
Ugh.
When I told my parents and mutual friends what happened, most told me he was out of line for asking me to choose, but I could have at least had a rational discussion about it. I thought
No.
that after he gave me an ultimatum after 2 months and then screamed at me, rationality had already flown out the window, but I don't have a lot of experience with relationships, so maybe I could have done it better. Am I the asshole?
No.
It's
Yeah,
2
I
months,
think
bro.
so.
I'm wrong.
months.
I'm wrong. I was wrong.
That's
I was trying
okay.
to give a man the benefit of the doubt like a fucking idiot.
How dare
Never
you?
do
Aileen,
it
what?
again.
What
I
happened?
know.
I thought we were in this together.
Okay, from now on, I'm going to be
Thank you.
horrible. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
go with my horrible black heart. And
Yes.
also that wasn't not discussing it. I thought it was going to be like, I just stopped talking to them and I blocked them and everything. Like that's not. He literally was like, either you get rid of your dog or I'm breaking up with you. And she said, no, thanks. That's the breakup.
Bye.
That's all the discussion.
Yeah.
That's it. It's done.
Not
what
only
else
that,
is there
but
to talk about?
she gave him 2 reasons. She's like, I will never pick anyone over my dog, and I don't do ultimatums. That's enough discussion for me, to be fair. Like,
What is there to discuss? Like,
end of story. You've been here 2 months. My dog's here for 4 years.
It's just fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we've all already said it, but it's crazy. First off, like John said, big ask 2 months in, and then you're asking to choose me or the dog that you've had before I was in the picture. Wild. Like if y'all adopted the dog together and then maybe one partner was like, it's not really working for me. Maybe there's a discussion there, but the dog predates you,
Yeah.
Colin. So I don't know what to tell you, brother. And then to just go ahead, lay down the ultimatum, and then whenever she's like takes one side of the ultimatum, you're like, wait, well, we have to discuss, right? We can't just, surely you're not going to choose that side without a discussion, right? No, there is no discussion. You laid the ultimatum down. What? I don't know what Colin Robinson is talking about.
like this is the whole like you're the whole like you're so immature. Like, dude, you just went off on somebody because
Yes.
their dog tried to cuddle
Fur.
you. Like, this is like the equivalent of like women are so emotional, then I punch my fist through a drywall. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
feel
what it
like, buddy.
Yo, calm down there,
I
Andy.
just rewatched that scene.
Same. That's why it was fresh in my
Pretty
mind.
freaking unfunny.
So Reddit agreed with you guys, obviously, not the asshole. Chaotic6XX in our comments said she's 100% correct. After 2 months of dating, he screamed at her, gave her an ultimatum of him or the dog because he got dog hair on his clothes. Red flags don't get much redder than that. And
Oh,
I think that
absolutely.
sums
And
up-
I'd like to add too, she already went out of her way to compromise for Colin. She already
True.
said, "Oh, okay, you the dog's not going to be able to sleep in the bed," which I gotta say it is a valid ask. But for her to compromise with this guy 2 months in, brother, you're not the right person for her. So like, yeah, it's good that you just dipped.
Surely on the first night, no one's bringing their dog in the bed though. I mean, saying that 2 months in, I would say that is a gradual ask, like not like a okay, so come back to mine. This is my
Yeah.
dog. She's gonna watch. I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. This reminds me of on Sangria with Sienna. Katrina told her story about because she has a cat and she was dating a guy, and after it was pretty close to 2 months, I think, as well. He was like, "Yeah, it's me or the cat," and she was like, "See ya." Like,
bye.
exact same
Yeah.
situation. Like, well,
So weird.
I don't understand why. Like, it's like asking to get rid of a family member or friend at that
It's
point.
just embarrassing. Like, you're not
Yeah.
embarrassed to ask that. Just break up with them if you can't handle it. Like,
Exactly.
The confidence of can only assume, but just the confidence of cis straight men sometimes is crazy. 2 months in to just have the confidence. Yeah. You know your fucking child, actually? You got to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying?
Get
I don't want that here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of that kid, actually.
Crazy.
Oh, God.
All right, Aileen. 0-1, unfortunately, for the first one.
I
But that's,
know.
Gasp.
that's okay. You were trying to be nice. You were
Yeah.
trying to give the benefit of
Don't
the doubt.
be.
But-
I talked a big game and then I immediately fumbled. So it's my own fault.
That's okay. I'm excited to see the real Aileen come out on these next
The
episodes.
progression
Okay.
is real.
So this one cross-posted by Mary Gitz 2011. And the title for this one is, Am I the Asshole for Divorcing My Wife Because I Wanted Someone Better?
The wording is so terrible.
I gotta agree.
I mean, I would say
That's
that like
pretty bad.
you're not an asshole you're not the asshole for divorcing your wife, because obviously that should have happened because you do sound like an asshole. Like, if that makes sense.
You're doing her a
And that's
favor
probably
in the
not
long
the
run.
reason that you're an asshole. It's probably all of the fucking years before that made you the asshole, and then you also decided to divorce her.
Yeah. I'm going asshole with this one as well. Like, there's like no reflection on this guy or self-reflection. He's immediately deflecting. I need a better wife because my wife is not great. My guy, what were you doing to make yourself better for your wife? So yeah, I'm going asshole for this dude.
Yeah, same. Just the wording just feels not good.
So terrible.
Yeah.
I can only assume this is probably the least offensive offense that you've done.
All right. Let's hop into it and see if you guys are correct. So, my wife and I have been married for 6 years now. We have a daughter together. Our marriage became bad after our daughter was born. A big point.
Deep breath from me.
She got pregnant and everything just went downhill.
No, it's
you piece of
it's so much
shit.
worse than you think, actually. A big point of contention was the surname for our daughter. I wanted mine and she wanted hers. We compromised on her surname a lot. After a lot of bickering, I conceded to the argument that she was carrying the baby, so she deserves the honor. And I was okay with that. It made sense, but it always sat in some unreachable corner of my mind. Now I know why. So it sounds like he wasn't okay with that.
No.
It wasn't that unreachable, was it? It was literally every day. Like,
This is the front of his brain every day.
Yeah, he's thinking about this shit all day long.
For 3 years, she gave all her love to our daughter. It was like I wasn't even on her radar.
oh, fuck's sake.
I was kept at a distance. When I communicated, I was accused of being jealous of my daughter. Some part of me knew that I was, and I felt ashamed. Soon it became the new normal. I was lonely and learned to be okay with it. So it sounds like he's very jealous of his daughter, which is weird.
Yeah.
So why couldn't you bond with your daughter so you and your wife could be in the same vicinity and you guys can all have the attention together? That does not make sense to me.
Or what were you doing to try and like get the love back? Because it sounds like you were just waiting for her to do something.
Yeah.
Give me attention. Like that.
Yeah,
That's
it
what he
feels
was
like
doing.
that.
Yeah.
It sounds like the firstborn after the secondborn's been like you've had a second baby.
That is exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, my boss invited me to his house for dinner. He is a great man, very supportive. His wife was very affectionate towards him, while mine was distant and naggy. I saw their relationship and I compared mine and came to the realization that my wife is not into me. Maybe she never was. Now she has someone that she actually loves, my daughter, so she doesn't need me for companionship. I'm just an annoyance. It was not a sad realization. It was freeing. I want what my boss has, a woman who loves me. That's not my wife. That surname bit came to my mind. My boss's wife is proud to take his last name to give to her children and give her children his last name. Mine doesn't feel that pride.
Maybe
That's
he's a
the most
good
misogynistic.
person. Yeah, I know. Like, but also, like, he's a great man. Maybe you should try being a great man.
Yeah.
Right.
To me, it comes off as like misogynistic. It's like,
Oh no,
your wife.
it's super like patriarchy rules. Yeah, territory. Yeah.
She doesn't have to take your last name. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's an honor that I bestow on you.
You've been knighted.
Yeah.
I told my wife that I wanted a divorce. I gave her my reason. I talked about my feelings. She was angry and annoyed. Told me that we have a family together and that I should grow up. That relationships have ups and downs and that she will try to be better from then on. She tried to give me shit about what I said about the surname, called it chauvinistic, and I decided not to argue back. I started the process of the divorce and she was served 2 days ago. She was in shock. I've never seen her like that. It was like she couldn't even believe that I was actually divorcing her. In her defense, it all happened in a 3-week span.
That's nice of him, isn't it? To give a bit of defense for her. Yeah.
I really put in the work.
Yeah.
No, you
I
didn't.
tried for 3 whole weeks.
He didn't even try. This was like between the conversation and her
Yeah.
being served, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Fucking hell.
She is now trying to make me stop the divorce. She said she will take my name and give our daughter my name if that's what I want. She still doesn't get it. Surnames were just a symptom of a bigger problem. She doesn't love me enough. I want someone who does. She wants therapy, but I don't see how that will help us in any way.
Of course you
Of
don't.
course. One of these guys.
Idiot.
So-
Fuck you, man.
Further evidence that this guy never put in the work to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
Brother.
She said our problem can be fixed and not to gamble my life and daughter's lives like that. There are no guarantees. She's not wrong. I'm playing a huge gamble with my life, but I do want a woman who loves me like my boss's wife loves him. I want a better wife than my current wife. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
I feel like your wife deserves a better husband
ooh.
than your unsupportive bitch ass. And yes,
Yeah,
those
100%.
pipes are good.
Sorry. Sometimes I get so angry I have to sing just to.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I've got so much to say. So
Yeah,
I
go
don't know
off,
if someone
go
wants to
off.
go. Okay.
Go off.
Also, just to note that like I am a parent and a divorcee, so I feel like I've just Also, my marriage broke down after 6 years and after one kid. So interesting. So it's not like
Did you write this?
I'm. Yeah.
Did your
I
did
could
your ex write
have.
this?
Yeah, he could have. No, he's all right. No. So the fucking thing of so many men want a wife and they want kids and they want all the things, and then they get a woman to be their wife and they get a woman to have a bloody baby for them, and then they go like, oh, she's changed. Yeah, why haven't you?
Yeah.
Like, grow up.
Become a
Like
father.
it's so, yeah, like when people have been together 10 years, the whole thing like, oh my god, you've changed from the person. Yes, that's called maturity. It's called growth.
Yeah.
Yup.
And like, yeah, like just like you said I can't remember which one of you said it, but like, if she is like paying the baby attention, why aren't you with her also paying the baby attention? Like, why
Exactly.
is it
Yeah.
like, oh, I need all your attention. Like I'm the second child, like I bet she feels like she has 2 children. Also, this whole like, oh, I want someone who loves me like my boss's wife. You went to dinner one night and she was the host. Like if you come round to my house,
Does he
Do you
not
know
think
what I
she
mean?
could just put
Present
like a
himself a
face
certain way.
on for
Yeah.
be
if you come round to my house and I'm like, and I'm like, oh yeah, like here you go, and they're like, oh my god, your house is so clean and you cook really well. I'm like, lol, that's just for you. I'm
Don't
gonna go
open
back to
that
being
door.
a slob. Yeah. Too many doors in my house. I'm like, close them before guests come round. Got whole rooms that are just shit tips. I don't know if that's a
same.
British thing, but yeah. So sorry, the shit tip, not the whole room being messy. Yeah, like you went around for one night and she was being nice to her husband. Great. And maybe they do have a great relationship and that's lovely. And maybe you want that kind of relationship, but you don't just like swap out the woman and get that relationship. You have to be part of building that relationship. And like, it's just wild to me. And the fact that she's like, I want to stick by you. I will change my name. I'll go to therapy. That's love. That's actual love. That's like,
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
it could also be obligation. Or, I might just be like, but obviously she's not somebody who's like super traditional because she's like insisted on the baby having her own name, which is a boss move, by the way.
Hell
like
yeah.
more women, like absolutely like fucking right. And it is wild that we're like, yeah, so you're just going to like be pregnant and you're going to give birth and you're going to feed them from your own body and then going to go down the registry office and we're going to just give the child the dad's name as default. What? What?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, I Barratt is my mum's surname, and I use it for work now because my mum brought me up, and I thought that she chose my dad's name, but actually, apparently, she just like they were going to register my birth, and he was like, "Oh, I thought she'd be Quinn," and she was like, "Oh, okay," because she was like 6 weeks out of postpartum. And I was like,
Right.
bastard. Anyway,
Jesus.
that's kind of anyway, it's all right. They're together now. They've been together since I was 19. It's very strange. It's a whole nother story. That's a Reddit story, actually. Maybe I
Oh,
should
yeah.
write it.
You should.
But yeah, no, just like the whole thing is, she doesn't seem that traditional, but she's obviously very committed to making this work. That's what love is. Love is a verb. It's not being nice to you and like, I don't know, making nice dinners and stuff, or looking pretty when you come home, or, and yeah, she probably does like your kid more than you because your kid's probably like more mature than you now at the age of 3.
Probably.
So, okay, that's it. I think that's all I've got to say. Right, sorry.
that was
Deep
good.
breath.
That was,
Hell yeah. That's a great explanation.
Hell yeah.
No, I was gonna say too. Like I know it's funny. I got like 2 examples of this. Like with Juliet. Like I know like she's very heavy on like her like education and wants to like get a bunch of degrees. She's actually in school right now. So she was like, hey, if I ever become a doctor, I'm gonna take my I'm gonna go back to my last name. I'm like, go ahead. I don't give a shit. Like
Yeah,
you earned
exactly.
that. So if you want to do that, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. I'll support you. And then and then also like on the other part of that is like we have dogs, and she always like jokes around that like, hey, you're like the fourth priority in this household. Like the third priority in this household, like the dogs, and then there's
fourth.
you, the bottom. And I'm like, oh, that's true, fourth. Yeah. So I'm like, well, fuck me. But instead of like being sad about it, instead of being like freaking self-conscious about it, I'm like, well, I guess I'll be around the dogs a lot more too, so that way she could pay attention to me more.
But
So
also, because you're capable of looking after yourself in a way a dog isn't.
That too.
That's why.
Yes.
It's the same
That
way
too.
a baby is more priority, not because there's like a love hierarchy, although you do kind of love your kid more than like anything, but just because like they literally can't feed themselves. You've got to wipe their ass for them. Hopefully you don't have to wipe your husband's ass. And if you do, unless there's obviously, some, long-term illness going on.
I want a wife
you know,
that'll wipe
whatever.
my ass.
better get a bidet, motherfucker.
I missed that.
Please.
I missed that sentence in here. Sorry.
Yeah, please clip that out and just put that everywhere of Josh just saying that. Send it to Sienna. That's what I want him to do.
She heard me. She's right there.
but,
Yeah, okay. She's like, what? The wedding's off.
but seriously, that's why I made that point earlier. Like, I feel like this guy is not doing like the work and not being around the daughter. Like to me, like this guy sounds like he doesn't like the daughter, and he also doesn't like his wife. So because I think he's a selfish dude, and he just wants the attention to be to himself. But he's not a father at this point. He's just a sperm donor, and he is just a roommate at the house. Because to me, it doesn't sound like he's contributing shit to the household outside of possibly finance, but like in terms of like love, affection, and like overall support, this guy doesn't feel. He doesn't give me the vibes that he's actually an active and present parent. Essentially,
I really hope she doesn't change her and her daughter's name, like in the last ditch attempt, because I think she'll regret that, because it doesn't seem like this is going to last. Even if they did go to therapy, I don't think he's going to be like suddenly have a revelation.
Yeah, well, he's very against therapy, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, Reddit agreed with you guys, asshole. It was a little more divided in the actual subreddit than I thought it would be, because people were like, oh, like they need more information of how she actually is in the relationship, which to me was like, well, it sounds like he's pretty shitty. But Olander Gnome in our subreddit said, corny line of the day, the grass is always greenest where you water it. He's not even willing to try and water that relationship. Sadly, it's probably best that he does leave. I just hope he doesn't hop into another relationship and bail on it when he sees another relationship he'd rather be a part of. I also hope he does right by his daughter, because it honestly sounds like he doesn't have much to do with her at all. If we take his story at face value, he's not an asshole, but there are a lot of missing details that leave it all very open to interpretation. That bit stuck in my craw. Yeah, because he doesn't really reference his daughter much after
At all.
after the first paragraph.
That's contempt for the kid already. That had nothing to do with it.
Exactly. And you decided to have that kid. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. Yep.
So, you should have been ready for that. He does leave a lot of it out and makes his wife seem like the worst person in the world. But to be honest, it just sounds like she's a mother who's busy and is trying to take care of a child.
I've never interpreted it where like the wife seemed like the bad person. It seems like this guy just doesn't want to put the work in.
Exactly. All right. So you were all bang on that one. Aileen coming in strong with the second story, nailing it.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And we'll move on to the next one here. Cross posted by Dog Midscored Vader. Goat. And the title for this one is, Am I wrong for telling my husband the only way I will agree to a paternity test is if he schedules it?
No.
Why can't the husband schedule it?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So he's asking for it, but he can't even schedule it. Like
Schedule it.
Oh my God, I think this might be worse than the last guy. What?
Yeah, I'm thinking she should probably not have a kid with this person.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's too late.
yeah, it sounds
It's
like
too
it's probably
late,
too
brother.
late. Yeah. But also, I think like you're maybe the asshole for saying yes to it and not just being like, get the fuck out of my house. But I don't know. I wouldn't say you're an asshole for doing that, but yeah.
Is this guy's name Colin? Because he can't call in.
Or write an email. Or
It's
That's a
true.
stretch even for you, I think. That
Thank
one.
you. Oh my God. Finally, somebody said it.
Well, it is what it is.
All right. So I get the feeling that you're all saying not the asshole to this
Not
one.
the asshole.
Not the asshole, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hop into it and see if you guys are correct. So I, 30, have been married to my husband, 36 male, for 5 years. I'm currently 4 months pregnant. This wasn't a surprise pregnancy. We planned it and actively tried to get pregnant.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right.
Oh my God.
This can't be my baby. So it came out of left field when a week ago, my husband told me he wanted a paternity test.
What YouTube
asked
has been
him-
watching? Sorry, go on.
You already
Teeter
know.
tot. I asked him how or why he thinks I am cheating on him. He said he didn't think I was, but that makes no sense. I asked him to explain how this child could not be his if he is the only person I slept with and didn't think I cheated on him. He had no answer for that, and I was a mess for a few days afterwards. Once I calmed down, I told him that if he wanted to get the test, then he could schedule it and tell me where he and when to be. He asked me if I could be the one to make the
Are you
appointment.
fucking joking?
I told him no. He is the one questioning the paternity, so he can make the appointment. He tried to explain again that he wasn't questioning the paternity.
Oh, yes, you are.
He just
What are
he
you
just
doing,
wants to
Ben?
have, quote, reassurance. I told him I don't care anymore about the explanation, but if he wants to have a reassurance, he can do the legwork. He asked if I could at least find the number for him.
Oh my God.
To call,
Boy,
and I told him no.
Oh my God.
Holy
Wait, how old is
shit,
this
he?
husband? How old is this
36,
fiance?
Thirty-
mate.
36, yeah.
Come on.
Well into adulthood. So I still have no idea why he thinks I'm that kind of person. I haven't done anything to betray his trust, but it has been a few weeks and he hasn't made any appointment. And the last time I asked him, he told me he was working on it. His sister came over this.
Damn.
His sister came over
Takes
this
like 2
morning.
seconds.
This guy is
Yeah.
so dumb. This guy got to be top tier idiot on our show.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. His sister came over this morning after he left for work and told me that she was told everything and that I just need to put him out of his misery and do the test.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
Fucking hell. If this was my brother, the earful he would be getting from me is
Yeah.
like, oh.
The sister's not a girl's girl. That's what I'm getting from this. I told her I would take the test. He just has to schedule it. She told me I was being bitchy for not making the appointment myself, but I'm not the one questioning it. But I'm not the one questioning who the baby's father is. I don't think I should have to make the appointment, but I want to get an impartial opinion before before he comes home today. Am I the asshole?
No.
No.
Kind of said that in a
my
British
God.
accent, kind of just instinctually. I've been
No.
here.
Wait, that's
Australian.
No. I've got a lot of followers in Australia, actually.
No.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we're cancelled.
I think you guys do too. So, yeah, you've already cancelled.
Yeah.
People love your. I don't. You get away with it, Sean. I don't know how you get away with it. Just
yeah,
offending.
Sean gets away with a lot of things.
It's
I think it's
ridiculous.
He's just so cute. He gets away with it. You know what
I think
mean?
it's
I think
the
not- I-
tears coming from my, and the fact that it's that one episode that I was forced to do it. It wasn't an option.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Too a little natural there.
This is horrible. I hate this because, like, what shitty behavior has your partner like put you through to make you think that you might be the arsehole in this situation? Like,
Yeah.
and obviously, like, his family are like enabling it. But like, if you're
Terrible people.
like the way I can't even imagine how I'd react. I'd be devastated. Like she said, like it'd be so upsetting.
Well, yeah, because you planned and tried to have this baby actively. So you're like, we're on the same page. And then he comes out of nowhere and is just like, I want you to get a paternity
And then
test.
immediately
Like
gaslights. It's like, well, no, I don't think you cheated on me, but
Not questioning the paternity.
yeah, I'm not questioning the
Really?
paternity, but I'd
What are
really
you
like
doing
reassurance because, just sometimes, but also I don't know how phone and numbers and doctors work. So please
And
do
Google,
that.
apparently.
Google
Yeah.
exists. Hold on. I have a stupid question. Okay, so like I'm not saying like this guy's the guy's complete asshole. So outside of like knowing if it's going to be your kid or not, is there like any other reasons why paternity tests are being asked?
No, I don't think so.
Like, is there like
can't
a way to
imagine.
find out freaking if the kid has certain like medical issues? I'm legit. I'm legit
I think
asking.
they do that test anyway, right?
I think they would.
They
Yeah, there's some screening that you get, but that's not. It doesn't. I mean, I guess if there was something in your paternal line, they would like screen you for more stuff. But like, you don't. It's not like, oh, well, let's see if that's the father before we screen this kid for the stuff. I think
Right.
the hospital generally like believes people when they come in and say like, this is the kid's dad. Like, I know. Just absolute
wild.
fucking like mugs, I
That's
guess.
nuts.
I don't know. Yeah. Just imagine like, oh God. But
But if that
yeah.
is, sorry, just for John's thing here to bring that to rest, if that was his issue, then he could just explain that and be like, hey, I just don't know. Maybe there's another way we could find out, like if the baby has any illnesses or anything like that before. Like,
definitely not that.
even if it was this dumb reason, he would have that explanation, but he just gives no explanation, which is crazy.
The sister
this
saying
guy's
put
just a
him out of
straight
his
dumbass.
misery. Like the sister saying
I'm
put
gonna
him out
shoot
of
him
his
behind the
misery.
barn
Like,
or what?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe actually.
Little
should we
old
do,
Yeller
like,
over here.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
that's what she meant, and she was being supportive.
Just do it already.
Oh my God. But also,
Yeah.
like, imagine being like, I'm ovulating. Like, let's, like, let's do it. Like, let's blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, I'm pregnant. Cool. Can we have a what
Is it mine?
what is your life? What is your life? Yeah.
How do you not think that's yours? It's crazy to me.
There's definitely manosphere involved in that. There's some like,
Yeah.
there's some,
Or he's cheating and he's trying to deflect.
It typically is like a projection. Like,
yeah, that's also
Yeah.
that.
They put a quick edit and say, thanks everyone. You've given me a lot to think about. I honestly don't think he is cheating or anything.
Oh.
I 100% am not getting an abortion, but I think I am going to be I'm not going to be a stay-at-home parent like planned. I'm going to tell him to get the test scheduled or never bring it up to me again.
Yes.
So Reddit
Good.
obviously deemed not the asshole, and gave her tons of good advice by the sounds of it, and also thought he was cheating. She doesn't think he is, but I'll leave that
But like,
one up to
you don't,
the
do you,
comment section.
when you're being cheated on? So
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
But also, if he can't schedule a doctor's appointment, I can't imagine he's out here just fucking risen up everybody. He can't even fucking schedule an appointment. He doesn't know how the phone works.
He's too lazy.
He's,
Oh, man, that's a lot
he's
of
trying to
fucking
pick up a
work.
girl. It's like, hey, call me. Fucking start immediately sweating.
yeah.
Shit.
Hey, we should go on a
Can you do
date. Can you arrange it? Yeah. Can you make the reservations?
Can you make reservations? Yeah.
Yeah, he's actively trying to cheat, but just can't get past.
Yeah.
The
can't
actual.
do it.
He can't even download
dating.
Tinder. Like he doesn't understand. Yeah.
Hey babe, can you download Tinder for me? I want to cheat on you.
Yeah, that's what his
Insane.
sister will do for him, probably. Yeah.
True.
Put
Yeah.
me out of my misery already.
What a weirdo. Oh my God.
Oh, absolutely insane. All right. So moving on to the next one here. This one was posted on Am I the Asshole by Big Lower Score Theory 7747. And this one's titled, Am I the Asshole for commenting on my partner's lack of hairline when he keeps making comments about my weight?
No.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah. I was like, this
Yeah,
sounds
this is
bad. Yeah, no.
Yeah, this is a fuck around and find out type of situation.
Exactly
And
right.
I do love a petty comeback. So
Yeah.
talk shit all you want because they started.
This is
This is the
r/petty
exception.
revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the exception to the rule, right? It's like, oh, don't never comment on someone's appearance and blah, blah, blah. But like,
Yep.
also maybe do.
Maybe if they deserve
Maybe
it.
in this context, it's okay.
That's fair. All right. So the first sentence is going to absolutely piss you off. We had a daughter last year and I put on about 30 pounds.
Last year.
Yeah. Now, even though I've gained weight, I don't think I'm fat. My legs have just gotten thicker.
It wouldn't matter if you were. Sorry.
No, that's also that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You had a baby. You're like,
You just pushed the whole human out of your whatever, if it's C-section or your kuka. I don't
Ever.
know.
It doesn't matter if you just started eating lots of chocolate. Like, fuck that guy. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry
Who
on.
gives a shit? Anyway, he keeps making comments saying that I haven't stopped eating since the pregnancy.
Oh,
Yesterday, I was preparing a bottle for a daughter when he said, quote, why don't you move out of the way? You don't see you're big, end quote.
Huh?
oh.
You don't see your, like commenting on her weight, obviously.
Okay.
He tried to play it off after and said he was just talking about my butt. They really hurt my feelings, so I said, at least a fat person can lose weight, but your hair's never going to grow back.
My man booked a flight to Turkey immediately.
Hey, bro, I'm thinking about that too.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That is so like when, you know, like braces, what do you call it, retainers? You call them retainers,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You know, when you've got like that was always the comeback for people who had retainers in school, was like, at least I can fix my teeth. You can't fix your face.
Yeah. Oh, classic.
It's a good one.
Savage, but great. Yeah.
Yeah, so just coming out with heat. I love it. For context, he's 27, but the front of his hair and middle have thinned out a lot. He's very self-conscious about it to the point that he won't leave the house without a hat, and he'll turn back around if he realizes that he forgot to take it with him. He's been angry at me since I made the comment, but I feel like if he keeps talking about my weight, then I can talk about his hairline. So am I the asshole?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
But I do feel bad. Like I do feel bad for him because I feel like it's really shitty, like the way like a lot of men feel about their receding hairline. It's just a normal thing, and again, it shouldn't be anything different.
That's me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be bald in 3 years. In 3 years, this shit is gone.
Guys, go to Turkey while you can. I have a friend that went. His hair's looking nice.
Okay.
I think it looks weird. I don't know. Yeah,
It looks weird for a couple months, but it looks natural to me now. I don't know. I can't tell.
My boyfriend's like pretty much bald, and you know he pulled me.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you can rock the baldness.
No, definitely.
People
I
rock
can't.
it.
I have a flat head, so it looks weird.
I'm just saying, you know, I would probably do
I
that
might need
if
to go to
I.
Turkey, brother.
I would
Well,
go
yeah,
to
but
Turkey. if I was
your
living there.
luscious hair is all part of your like demeanor, Sean. Obviously,
Yeah,
like
Sean, that's a big
that's
part
like
of
your,
who you are.
yeah.
That's my whole personality, unfortunately.
I said part of. I said part of. It's
No,
also
I'm
being
saying the
angry
whole
about.
thing. I'm saying it's all of it.
Okay. Bad accents, that's part of it as well. you
Yeah,
know?
That's true.
True.
Nah, but I do agree that like I do like what Aileen was saying. Like I do feel bad that this is some sort of like a feeling that he has, that he's very self-conscious about it. But wouldn't you think like that your wife is also self-conscious
Yeah,
about like
exactly.
the you know what
Yeah, have
she's going
empathy.
through? So why are you gonna like, you know, put that on her knowing that she just gave birth and pushed the baby out? So why are you gonna put that? Like, so I feel like it's one of those situations where you kind of deserve it. And I liken it to the Filipino culture. Like Filipino culture is so bad when it comes to like body shaming. So every single time like I'd go to like a family party, I always hear like aunties and uncles be like, "Oh, you must be eating good because you've gained a lot of weight." So, you know what? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start fucking clapping back. So every time I see them motherfuckers with like wrinkles or like little crow's feet in their eyes, I'm like, damn, you must be stressed because you be looking old, uncle. Like I be saying shit like that now all the time. Cause if it needs to stop. Like it just needs to stop. Like people just need to stop commenting on like people's bodies because you don't know what insecurities they have. So yeah, the husband definitely deserved it because if he hadn't said anything, she probably wouldn't have said anything back to him that way.
Yeah, and like you say, it should give him empathy. Like he knows what it's like to feel self-conscious about his appearance.
Exactly.
But that's obviously like wishing a little bit too much for the average male. Okay, again, getting some misandry in now.
Hell yes.
But yeah, no. And like also it's just like classic fat phobia that people see like body size. They see it as like a thing that's like a sign that you're not doing something or whatever, when like actually all the data says that once you like gain weight, it's really hard to lose weight. It's like that's the human body is like basically wired to stay at the same weight, like to not let you lose weight because of, you know, not trying to starve and shit like that. And actually like most people who diet like gain the weight back and all that stuff, but we've decided in our heads that it's like a kind of character fault, like there's some kind of moral thing about like being like gaining weight or being fat, and it's just like that's just bullshit. So it's just very classic like fat phobia. And obviously it's also classic like I guess I don't know what it would be, not misandry, but you know, a classic thing to make men feel bad about, because another thing that you can't really control. But
Control,
yeah, but it's just like, yeah, fuck off, dude. Like, yeah, just I mean, I would say something. I don't know what I'd say, or I'd just like cry, but you know, secretly in the bathroom or something. But
I mean,
maybe
I don't know
both.
if I'd be able to come back with a comeback that quickly. That's good. As good as that one.
I feel like maybe she's been cooking that for a while. Like he's
Well, I
said a
mean,
lot of shit to her. Do you know what I mean? He's had time.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. He's
think so
throwing a
too.
fit over one comment when he's been roasting her for the past year.
Constantly.
So it's like, okay, brother, like you just had a tiny taste of it.
Yeah.
And this is another thing of like, oh, you've changed, like your body's changed. It's like, what did you think was gonna happen?
No shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Insane. Reddit deemed everyone sucks, which I think is probably not where I would have landed. And then I saw someone comment justifiable asshole, which I love, and I'm going to use that for this one.
Ooh, yeah.
I typically
That's
use
good.
that sometimes. Yeah.
You do, but it's an official one.
An
down
official
in,
term.
in
I
MIB
didn't know
asshole.
it's an official term.
Got
Okay.
upgraded
That makes
terminology
sense.
up in here.
You should claim that, John. You should say like, actually, it was me that.
That's
started
true.
that.
In fact, that's a
should
great
have said
T-shirt design. We need to start working on that immediately.
Just
Oh, that's
Justified
smart. Yeah, I like
asshole.
that.
Oh yeah.
Janelle merch idea.
Hell yes. But yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. I think justified asshole. Obviously, like she knows it hurts him, but I mean, if he shouldn't have fucked around and found out. You know what I mean? Like he kept making the
She could have,
comments.
she could have fired that comment like the whole time they've been together.
Yeah, a year
really.
ago
I
when
think
the
she
first
just
one
had it-
happened.
She had it up to here with him.
Exactly. So she posted an edit here, which actually gives me, because I saw some of these comments and it made me feel sad. A lot of them were focusing on her weight, which goes to the society, fat shaming and stuff like that. So edit. I see a lot of people in the comments asking if I gained weight after the pregnancy. She says it was during the pregnancy. People are also saying I can control my weight and I should be going to the gym. She says I do work out when I have time. Finding time to go to the gym is very different for a father than it is a mother. And then she says, yes, I do. I know 2 wrongs don't make a right. When I calm down, I realize I should have handled it in a better way. Thanks for all the feedback. So most of the questions and comments were on her weight, which makes me feel terrible.
Yeah, that sucks.
Reddit's a
Fucking
dark
sucks.
place sometimes.
Also, like, what? Yeah, like, would it be okay then for him to keep commenting if she'd gained it after the baby? Like, do you know how much your lifestyle changes after a baby? Like, you're like, you can't do all the things you want to do. Like, that's just, yeah. And also, you pushed a human out of you. Like, cannot,
you're recovering physically still.
Cannot stress enough. Pushed a human out, or a human came out of you in some way. Like, that's what happened. Yeah.
And as you said, it's hard. Like once you gain weight, it's harder to, and you gain weight during pregnancy. So it's, it's just natural. And like she shouldn't feel any type of way about that. That's just the human body and nature at its work.
And like whatever reason the weight gain was, your husband or your partner shouldn't be making you feel bad about your body. Like if you want to, for whatever reason, change your body, and it's a reason that's not really negative or lot harmful to you, then great, your partner should support you in that. But they shouldn't be making you feel bad on a daily basis. Whatever 'cause I'm sure all of us like have been in relationships. Our bodies have changed in the process of being in the relationship, because you get older as well. That's part of body change, and you just like it's just part of it. You don't stop like
loving that person
and supporting that person. It's like you just start being a dick apparently if your wife gains 30 pounds. Like,
yeah, I went through from thin and thick. That's what I'm going through right now. God
through
damn.
thin and thick. I love it.
Yeah, through thin and thick.
All right. Last one we got here. This one comes with a bunch of updates.
Love updates.
Yeah. Cross-posted by First Person Energy, who added all of the updates in the post. They said
What
so.
a goat.
Huge ups to them. And the title for this one is, Am I Wrong for Throwing My Husband Out After Finding Nudes from the Nanny?
Oh,
God
no.
That's gotta be an easy no.
Surely not. How could you be?
Yeah. Could you imagine if there's a way that it was the opposite?
Oh my god.
Even me, I try to find both ways, and I'm just like, the nudes are on the phone,
Ain't no
brother.
way.
There's ain't no
way.
saving this one.
Yeah, unless it's like
At least this guy knows how to use a phone.
Yeah.
Too well, unfortunately.
Too well.
It's like we need them to use phones, we need them to not. It's a whole thing. Yeah.
Just dial a number. That's all they need to be able to do.
Yeah. Text your wife. Pay attention to your wife.
Yes. So you guys are obviously saying not the asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Mhm.
And we'll hop into it and see this story. So I'm new to Reddit, but my little sister suggests I ask here. I ask here. Jesus. So I'm 28 female. My daughter is Cassie, 11 months. And my husband is Alex, 35 male.
11 months?
So basically, it's just what the title said. I had Cassie and then returned to work. And then in brackets, I'm a psychologist, as I could never be a stay-at-home mom. I'm actually French, but I live in the US. So when I returned at the 4-month mark, as I had a difficult birth, we looked around to find a nanny to look after Cassie while myself and Alex were at work. We saw a few girls, but then one of Alex's colleagues suggested his daughter who had dropped out of college.
Oh, no.
Oh. Predator.
Let's call her Liv, 20 female.
Oh, no. Oh.
Everything went well.
This guy sucks.
Yeah. Everything went well. Admittedly, I did notice her being quite attached to Cassie, but I brushed it off as a good friendship between the two. She also liked Alex. It was obvious that she had a crush on him, always batting her lashes and giggling. I actually found it amusing as I'm quite confident in myself, and he laughed it off with me too. But then on Thursday night, he asked me to do something on his phone while he was in the bath with Cassie, and I saw some pictures flash up from Liv. When I looked at them, they were obviously sexy nudes. She was wearing skimpy lingerie and in a provocative pose. I looked back at the history and she had been sending these for a while now.
Ugh.
As far as I could see, Alex never responded, but obviously texts can be deleted. When I asked him, he got defensive and told me to stop using my psychiatric tricks on him.
What?
These are not the droids you're looking for.
The fucking force.
She's a Jedi.
What? What the fuck?
Literally, what?
God
You're
damn.
psychiatric looking at my text tricks. I don't know what.
Don't you put a spell on me, woman.
Your mind tricks got her nudes on my phone somehow. I don't know how they're there.
How'd you do that?
Never seen those in my life.
I was not happy with his non-answers, and it ended in a shouting match, waking Cassie up. So I got his bag, threw him out, and told him he's not welcome back until I have answers. I'm considering taking Cassie back home to see my family in France for a little bit. His mother and friends have been blowing up my phone saying I'm being too harsh, and they were harmless texts.
No.
What? He's
Absolutely
told
not.
them a different version. That's what's happened there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yes.
so too.
100%.
Nevertheless, I feel disrespected, and that doesn't fly with me. So was I too harsh, or should I accept his claims that he never responded?
Hell no.
He has photos of a
Hell
fucking
nah.
naked 20-year-old on his phone. I think he's, he
Can't
should
even
be homeless.
drink yet. Yes.
Should be homeless.
This is illegal in my
Holy.
mind.
Yeah.
Sean rule.
Illegal. Against
I
the
think-
Sean rule.
I know.
I think it should be actually illegal to have pictures of your
Same.
nanny on your phone. I'm sorry. It's like an employee,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's an employee.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel
Yes.
like you should get in contact with her father, aka your husband's coworker, and fucking just be. I would
Spicy.
drop the bomb. I would be like, "Hey, we had to fire your nanny or your daughter as our nanny because here's why. Also, your coworker's on the street, so if you want to fight him and kick his ass, go for it."
Oh my god.
Have you guys ever
Yeah.
watched Crazy Stupid Love?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the greatest movie reveal of all time. I love that scene. I know you're gonna.
Yeah, where
Ah, yeah. So good.
where the parents, the nanny, she's like has a crush on I think it's
Steve
Steve
Carell.
Carell.
Steve Carell. I almost said
Michael
Michael Scott.
Same.
That's what he's known for.
And so she takes a bunch of nudes of herself and then puts them in an envelope that she's going to send to him. And her dad finds out and freaks out and beats the shit out of him at the party.
Yeah. Yeah, so
That's
that
what
if
you
it,
should
if
do.
The only thing, like, if it was some pictures, some physical olden days photographs in an envelope somewhere, you could be like, maybe he didn't see them, but he's been
Yeah.
opening those
A phone?
pictures.
Yeah.
Hasn't deleted them.
Hasn't
Yeah.
mentioned them, hasn't fired her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And that's the one thing I was gonna say too. The moment that he received the first one and he didn't do a damn thing about it, and he just keeps letting the text coming in. Yeah, he's guilty. He's fucking staring at this shit, and he's absolutely
100%.
just deleting. He's deleting the interactions because you can delete text. So he's definitely deleting those interactions that he's responding back. But yeah, he should have just like talked to Liv and talk. Well, actually, go to the wife first. Say like, hey, our babysitter is fucking inappropriate right now. We need
Yeah.
to fire
a new
her,
nanny ASAP.
Yeah.
As soon as that first
ASAP.
picture hits, you got to be like, she cannot come back in this house.
Exactly. But you know he's enjoying that shit. So
Yeah, because he's joking about it
guy.
with the wife.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, okay, yeah, that's hilarious that she flirts with me or whatever.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Also, like the fact that he wouldn't even say, like, he was just basically like, "Well, I've not replied, and stop using your mind tricks on me," makes me think that there's even more to it.
Yeah, what a crazy
Fuck it.
response.
Like that just makes me think, like, actually, there's more to it because you're really trying to deflect there.
So much deflection. Yeah, 100. Yeah, exactly.
Fucking psychiatric mind. Holy.
So there is an update to this one. There's two actually. I've summed up the second update just because it's a little bit longer. But the first update I'll read it in its entirety. So OP goes on to say, I'd like to start this off by addressing some of the comments saying I'm kidnapping my daughter. She says I'm taking her with me to visit my family back home in France for a few weeks. Her father has given his consent. This is a non-issue. There was also some confusion about my job. She says I work in this psychological field. I probably said that terribly, but
Psychological.
yeah, there we go. Thank you. The response from his friends and family and mother made me question myself. As I stated, I've informed Liv's father of what happened. So she put that in an edit of the first one. He was furious with both Alex and Liv. He apologized to me and said he will try to get the truth from her and that she rebels any chance she gets, but this was disgusting. So he did tell her, Sean.
Hell yeah.
Or she did tell him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Good.
I then looked through the camera in my daughter's nursery and I saw a clip of Liv asking if she wanted a sister or brother from Miss Livy and Daddy. Yeah.
Bro.
This made me sick to my stomach. She responded to her dismissal with denials, but I told her I had footage and that she was to never lay a hand on my baby again. But if she wanted Alex so badly, she could have him.
Yes. Queen.
I reminded her that how you get them is how you lose them, and he would soon tire of a 20-something college dropout kid.
God.
Just roasting her.
Boom, roasted. Boom, you're roasted.
She is my hero, though. She's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
Queen.
It's them psychiatric mind tricks.
Alex returned to the house temporarily for us to talk. After showing him the camera footage and text from Liv, he broke down and said he was really sorry. He admittedly
Now you are.
Sorry you
admitted
got
that-
caught.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He admitted that whilst nothing had happened physically between them, they had been engaging photos and messages for a month or two. He showed me the original messages, and it was her who pursued him. She started by saying
So?
she felt like a schoolgirl around him and said she needed advice from an important man like him and sent him a photo of her in lingerie asking if it was sexy.
Oh, don't. He definitely entertained it.
How old is he?
Yeah.
How old is he again?
He was 30. Give me a second. 35.
Okay.
Oh,
so like,
So
The laws.
So-
illegal.
Illegal.
yeah, I mean, illegal. 100% illegal. Jail.
Yeah. He started out not really responding, but after a few texts, he responded and it started from there. She was saying things about them being a happy family together, but he never responded to those texts.
Oh, that's okay then.
Yeah, he's fine. He's in the clear.
Yeah. Forgive it, actually.
Just the nudes. He was just responding to the nudes. He wasn't trying to like leave me. He just was trying to fuck a 20-year-old.
That's a weight off my shoulders.
Legal now. He begged me to forgive him and start fresh.
Oh,
He
no.
said we can move and that we have plenty of money. He will do whatever I want. I told him what I want is to go home for a few weeks, so that's what I'm doing. Cassie and I are flying tomorrow. He honestly looks so pathetic now. They are welcome to each other. There will be no wedding. Oh, yeah, because they're not married yet. They're engaged. I think she clarified that
Sweet.
at one point.
Nice.
Hell yes. There will be no wedding, and I will be consulting with a custody lawyer once I get to France to see my options both in the U.S. and internationally. But as someone in the comments said, I stayed in the U.S. not because I think it's a good place to live, but because that's where Alex was based, and I wanted to build a family. However, I will always support the daughter-father relationship, but he cannot have our daughter and his nanny. Now that's not happening. I would like to move home and most certainly away from the slutty nanny. I'm not looking for custody advice. And then mini update from Liv's father. He has found and sent me some deleted messages. Liv talks about wanting me out of the picture so that she can be Cassie's mom.
Hell no.
What? Like
Fucking hell.
like murder?
Like murdered.
I'd be livid.
I'd be pressing charges, maybe.
If that was your daughter, though, how like, I mean, good for him that he's like telling all this to her, because you would just be like, what have I done? Like, what did I do to you to make you like this? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Super unfortunate. So yeah, I mean, she's going to France for now. And then we have a update from 6 months later, which again, I've condensed a little bit because it's a little long. And we don't need all of the information, but I will sum it up for you. So she says she has full custody of Cassie in France and is living a few blocks away from her parents. She also mentions how she really enjoys the community in France way more than in America, and that Cassie is learning French very quickly. She takes a lot of shots at America in this.
I'm with you.
Deservingly so.
I was like, why? If she was in France, she wouldn't have been gone back to. She would have been still on maternity leave probably when all this shit was happening.
That's true.
1,000%.
Alex has visited twice since they have moved, but OP says that she has offered him more visits, but he won't for some reason. And then I'll read this last part in its entirety. I started seeing one of the doctors from the new hospital I work at now. It's still relatively new, so she's met Cassie only briefly. She works in the emergency department, and she's honestly amazing. I did jokingly say Alex has put me off men, but I didn't mean to take it so literally. And then she puts it in brackets, bisexual woman, shocking, I know. It's going slow as she knows what I've come out of, but she's very laid back and a go with the flow type of person, which is exactly what I need.
Oh, yeah.
Alex's mother is not happy as she's of the opinion I should have just ignored what happened between Alex and Liv. However, I'm not just
why are these enabling families on this?
Seriously,
podcast, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, on this episode.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
No, not on this podcast. Yeah, all of you.
We enable it. However, I'm just not a little American housewife who will ignore her husband's indiscretions.
Damn.
Thank you for
Well, hold on. That
American
you're going for the wives.
Yeah,
going for the wives there.
Yeah, like damn.
She clarifies that was Alex's mother's words, not hers.
Oh, okay.
So she uses it back.
Good
on.
save there. Good save there.
Good save.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm
there
like,
were a lot of
hold on
Americans
now.
in the comments.
Hey,
not happy with her.
The fuck you mean?
I mean, it sucks here, but damn, there's some good people here too. Shit.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's tons of good people there. But yeah, it's she's in a good place now. Basically, is what that one came to, which was a nice update. We rarely get those. And Reddit deemed not the asshole, of course, because how could you even take the other side?
My God.
That is it for this episode, Wikimaniacs. What did you think about these people? Let us know in the comments down on YouTube, Discord, or our subreddit. If you want to hear an absolutely insane story, go join our Patreon, patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network, and unlock those stories as well as bonus episodes and everything on there. But that's it for the plugging. Aileen, thank you so much for joining us today. Please tell the Wikimaniacs all about your book, all about your podcast, and where they can find both.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. It's been really fun. And so I wrote, my book is called Tinder Translator, an A to Z of Modern Misogyny, and it's out in the US as well as the UK and Australia. You can just get it on like Amazon, or I like to say in all good bookstores, because it implies that any bookstore that doesn't sell my book is bad. But yeah, so you can, it is in some bookstores, but like definitely anywhere online that you could, buy books. Just search Tinder Translator, and I'm on Instagram at Tinder Translators with an S, because when I tried to get the handle, someone had already got the other one.
Damn it.
Damn them.
Depending on when this comes out, actually. Well, depending on when this comes out, and I might just be on Aileen Barratt, because I am actually changing my handle because I'm like branching out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
and I have a podcast with my friend Dan, who is like you guys, is someone I've never met except on the internet. But he's a psychologist, a forensic and clinical psychologist.
Whoa,
He
he has
does
mind
lots of
tricks.
mind games when
He has mind tricks.
yeah. Putting them nudes on his wife's phone, you know. But yeah, so we talk about it's called Manosphere Debunked, and it's basically about all like the kind of misogynistic bullshit that you hear online, and increasingly like the stuff about like paternity tests, which is coming up loads, seems to be.
Yeah.
And we kind of go through different like aspects of the stuff that like incels and men's rights activists and all those kind of people say, and just debunk it basically, and laugh at them along the way. So yeah, I think there's a little bit of a crossover just between like all of the
for
men
sure. Yeah.
who are like obviously somehow influenced by this shit who end up in these Reddit stories for sure. So
Awesome. Yeah, you're doing God's work by debunking that shit.
Yes.
it is quite fun sometimes just to be like, they refer to this research, but if you actually read the paper, yeah, great.
That's awesome. So all of Aileen's links will be in the comments in the show notes down below. So if you want to go check out her book or podcast
or both,
definitely go do so. We recommend it 100%.
Yes.
Because yeah, as she said, a lot of there's a lot of overlap, especially with our podcasts. And then I know a lot of people are on Tinder in our audience.
Yeah.
So you could definitely
well, you do the Tinder stuff, don't you? You do the profiles sometimes, and yeah. It's all about like what the real underlying misogynistic meanings of stuff that men say on dating apps is, and how to avoid it, basically.
Hell yes.
So yeah,
awesome. So yeah, definitely go check that out. Thank you very much for coming on and giving us your wealth of knowledge and debunking some of the shitty men we had on today's episode.
Oh, it was so fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
And
Cool.
Thank you everyone for another amazing episode. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.
later.
Bye. For the patrons, I was very happy to be party to a Sean P. Rake. So, yeah.
Hey, it's only been one this time. It's not that bad.